Hello everyone and welcome back. We are looking at our 2016 Cayley paper and we are up to question number 18. When three positive integers are added in pairs, the resulting sums are 998, 1050, and 1234. What is the difference between the largest and smallest of the three original positive numbers? So I don't know any of these three numbers. We could actually go to the trouble to work them out. There's enough information to do so. I'm going to call these numbers A, B, and C, and I'm going to specifically say A is the smallest, C is the largest. Okay? So we're adding them in pairs. We've got the sum A plus B, we've got A plus C, and we've got B plus C. And these are actually increasing. Okay? A plus B is less than A plus C, because the only difference between the two is B is adding on B versus adding on C, and we know B is the smaller. Okay, and the only difference between A plus C and B plus C is that we're adding A instead of B, and A is less than B, so I've got these ordered from smallest to largest, which means I can identify them with my sums, or the values that are given. So I know this is true. Now I'll solve for A, B, and C in a moment, but we actually don't need to work out A, B, and C to find the difference. Okay? The thing we're looking for C minus A, the biggest one minus the smallest one. Well, there's a C here, and there's an A here. And you might be saying, well, yeah, there's a C here and an A here, big deal. But in the sum that reaches 998 and the sum that reaches 1234, they're the same. They both have the B, but they've got the C and the A. So if I do B plus C minus A plus B, the B's are going to cancel out, and the only thing that's going to make a difference is the C and the A. You'll get C minus A. So our answer, without actually having to work out any of the numbers, is 1234 minus 998, which we could grab a calculator and do. It's going to end in a 6, when you'll have to borrow a 1. So you'll get a 3, and you'll have to borrow a 1 again. And yeah, you get 236. Is 236 one of the possible answers? Let's find out. Yes, it's there at the end. In fact, it's the only one that is that ends in a 6. So if you realize this, you could have just said, well, what's 998, 1234? What's their difference? It's got to end in a 6. Only one answer that ends in a 6, and that's E. So we are able to do it without figuring out A, B, and C. But because there are questions like this, similar questions that you might see on another contest, let's actually take the time to work out A, B, and C. Okay, now how do we do that? What we do is we add these three equations. And you'll notice that on the left-hand side, you've got 2 A's, 2 B's, and 2 C's. Okay? And on the other side, you've got 2, 8, 18, 2, and carry a 1. So you get 3,282. Okay? Well, now if we divide both sides by 2, we'll get 1641. And what we can do now is we can take each of these equations, say this one here, B plus C, and we can subtract it. Okay, and we'll be left with A on the one side, and over here we'll be left with 407. So A is 407, and we can work out the other ones. So 1641, if I want to get rid of everything except B, I'll use A plus C, which is 1050. And that'll leave me with B over here. And we'll get 159, or 591. I don't know why I'm not talking properly today. And the last one, A plus B plus C, 1641. And if I want C, let's subtract off A plus B, which was 998. So you'll get C here, you'll get 3, and a 4, and carry the 1, you'll get 6. So A is 401, or 407, B is 591, and C is 643. Okay? and those should all work out. Okay? If you want to, you can double check. 407 plus 591 is 993. That one works out. The B and the C ones here, they end in a 4 and then a 3 and carry a 1. You'll get 1234. And you can even check the A and the C one. But I'm confident in my work. So those are A, B, and C if you wanted to actually work them out. And then once you did that, then you could do C subtract A if you wanted to off on the side. Okay? That's a lot of work when you could just say, well, oops, previous questions. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, wow, I jumped really far ahead, I guess. Oh well, so I seem to have lost my work by accidentally hitting the wrong button in Drawboard. But the point is, we could and did answer the question a lot easier without having to actually work out A, B, and C. And if we are smart and clever with those sorts of things, we save a lot of time that we can use now for questions 19, 20, and so on. Speaking of which, we will see question 19 in the next video as soon as I figure out what I did to my notepad.